So we're at the height of slow season and Chiang Mai is absolutely dead. Hey everyone, Nolan Jax here. If you're new to the channel, I own a lady bar up here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. We've been open about 7 months and now we're just getting to the height of the low season here in Thailand. So I thought today I'd go over some of the things, some of the changes that are going on in the bar, some of the problems, but also some improvements that I'm making to the bar to hopefully get us through this slow season. Anyways, let's get into the video. So first off, what exactly is slow season? You know, if you've never been to Thailand, you may be unfamiliar with the term, but here for business that is, there really is a distinct time period where you're gonna see a lot of tourists. You're gonna see a lot of tourists coming to Thailand and wanting to experience the nightlife. And especially in an area like this, the area that my bar is in, it is predominantly tourists. You don't see a lot of Thai people come to this area as it is really based on getting tourists to come down here. And so the high season is really August, September to about the end of February. Now, you will get another pickup for around April, where you get a lot of tourists coming in for Songkran, obviously. But other than that, it's gonna be the slow season. So March, we died off quite a bit, quite a big drop off from February to March. April, we had a decent fluctuation because of Songkran. We were getting some people coming in. And then now May, it completely died off. We've gone multiple days with having only a couple customers come in the door. So it has been a real big challenge to keep the bar busy, to keep the drinks flowing, and to keep customers coming in. Now again, one of the nice things with my bar in the back is that we do have the Muay Thai. We still have Muay Thai 3 days a week. And while granted, that's not as busy as it has been in the past, it still does bring in some customers. And so you can rely on that to maybe bring you in a bit of business to just be able to keep the lights on. And this is something you just have to become accustomed to while running a business out here. You're gonna have distinct highs and lows. Because honestly, you know, the high season, if we were open earlier, we could have done really well, but we just were not open at full capacity for the high season. So it really does depend on when you're open and how you can really profit off of the time of year. The next big problem I've had, at least in the slow season, is staffing. Keeping girls working in the bar. You know, trying to get a girl to consistently come to the bar is like nailing Jello to the wall. It's just almost impossible. I have girls that are supposed to be working. I just hired on 2 more girls, but the other girls I had before have all left or only want to do freelance. So they'll come maybe at 10 o'clock or they'll come sporadically. There's not really any rhyme or reason. And even with the 2 new girls that I did hire, one of them decided to do the same thing, go freelance and just come whenever. You know, when I first got the bar, I kind of thought that we'd have troubles getting girls to come to work in the high season because they're already at a bar or they're already making money somewhere else. So it's hard to like steal them away from doing something else when they're already doing something lucrative. But I thought once it got to slow season, that would kind of change. If you're willing to offer a salary, if you're willing to support them in the slow season, that they probably would come to you asking for work because there's nothing else out there. But for whatever reason, maybe it's Chiang Mai, maybe it's different down in Pat here in Bangkok, but for whatever reason up here, it's really hard to get the girls to come to work. They have a lot of other options apparently, and so again, a lot of them just want to do freelance or come every once in a while. I have 2 girls coming to work on a regular basis, not including my cashier. And honestly, it's hard to make some money because if you only have a couple girls come to the bar, I don't care if each of them get 20 drinks. That'd be great if they both did. But, you know, that's a hard thing to do, is to get 2 girls to get 20 drinks every night. That's not gonna happen. That's why you need a bar with a bunch of girls who can each get, you know, 10 to 15 drinks, and then you can make some money. So if you don't have a big staff, it makes a big problem. Granted, I don't have a high overhead, so that part is nice, but still, I'd like to be getting more staff to come in the bar on a regular basis to actually have the bar making some money. But what I've found is a lot of the other bars during this time have been making improvements to their bars, doing renovations or improvements or changing the layout of the bar to try to get more customers. And so I thought I would do something similar. I wanted to add something to the bar to make it so that even if we have less customers, that maybe we can try to get more into the bar. Because I still do see customers walking around, it's just getting them into the bar and sitting down. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of the bars that do well at having customers come and sit for a long period of time is that they have somewhere that they can sit in a big group and have a communal conversation. But this bar, we only really had the bar top and then a couple long tables, which weren't really conducive to having that intimate conversation. And so I decided to make a booth-like area in the bar. So here it is, just a couple cushions, and I got them to build a couple walls to give a nice U-shaped booth to give a more intimate environment. I still got to get some padding for the back so people can obviously lean back against the walls and make it comfortable, and get a couple more things to kind of finish it out, maybe a table in the center. But other than that, like, I think this is a good way to get people to have the possibility of having a bit more intimate environment, and it adds some variety to the bar. Also, this area really wasn't being used. There was a couple small tables, they're just in the back now. I have to move those out. But this area was not being utilized. Nobody would sit here. They'd either sit at the bar top or they'd sit at these tables out here. And so I figured I might as well do something to make this area a bit more useful for the bar, and hopefully bring some more customers in to sit and chat and have a good time. So I've done a couple other things, you know, doing some fans and some extra lighting. Nothing crazy, nothing too extravagant. Just trying to make the bar to be in the best position it can to make some money. So I hope that was informative. I hope that gave you a little update on how it is here during the slow season, how these bars do, and what I'm trying to do to really make this bar profitable. If you've liked this video, then you're probably gonna like this one up here, so please check it out. Cheers.